Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carry and Cut YouTube channel. And if you're new here, I sure do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Check out our Instagram at Carry and Cut and our Patreon at Carry and Cut. All the proceeds from the Patreon go directly back into the channel to buy new knives and new equipment to help make the quality and the content better for you guys. So I really do appreciate all the support on there. And also, we are going to be doing a 750 subscriber giveaway knife or live stream, and we're going to give away this knife right here, maybe even another one. So we'll see how that goes in the time coming. But as of now, I think we're only like 98, maybe even less subscribers to get to 750. So I really do appreciate all your guys' support, all your help. Make sure you like and get this video out there, get the channel out there. Let's get these subscribers up so we can keep doing even better stuff and give away more knives to you guys. So that's the main goal. And I like being able to interact with you guys. Love the live streams. It's a whole lot of fun. So we have the tools out in front of us. We're going to be doing a disassembly and maintenance video on this Hogue Deka, and I want to give a huge shout out to Stephen and his family for sending this knife over to us. So Stephen, thank you very much. Appreciate you sending all your collection over to us for take a look at and review and disassemble and all the fun stuff that you do. Also, this little toolkit, Stephen sent this over for us too. This is the OCD for EDC. It's for Benchmade is what it is, but it's access locks and whatever else, the crossbar locking knives in general. These are it's definitely a pretty cool kit. It's a 3D printed kit, and these rods, they come with all different sizes for the pivots, and these slide through your knife with the pivot on the one side, and then you can just push it right through. So it's pretty cool. And they came with all these different little things. This I think gets stuck in your spacer. I'm not sure what that does exactly, that part yet. But these little dudes are pretty cool too right here. These actually hold your crossbar lock open, so it's a lot easier to slide your pivot through. So definitely pretty cool. We're going to use those on this one. So let's get right in here. We only need one actual driver for this. We're just going to need a T8. So let's go ahead and well, one thing you could do, I'm going to add, you could just pull this pivot out and slide the blade right out. The washers will come out with it, and that's one way you could disassemble this knife, or we could tear the whole thing down. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear the whole thing down for you guys just to give you a good heads up example of what actually is going on with this knife. I'm going to leave the pocket clip on there for now though. So let's go ahead and rip this body screws out here. It's going to keep track of where these come from. So we're going to start from the butt of the knife all the way forward. It's a good idea to keep these, keep in mind of where these screws come from. You don't want to mix anything up. But this looks like they're going to be all the same size. So that's definitely nice to see also. Yep, so far all the same size. I'm going to rip our pivot out of there. This is another great thing about this knife, if you guys did miss the review. All the hardware on this knife are all T8, so there's nothing, nothing crazy going on here. There's no T6s. You only need one driver to take this thing apart. So that is definitely awesome to see. The pivot was nice and tight in there. Nice big pivot too. Really do like to see that. Look at the screws on that thing. That thing is beefy. Threads on it is beefy. So now we should be able to pop this liner or the scale right off here. Or we have to take the, what's going on here? I feel like that should just pop right out of there. Yep, it does. So this pops right out with the pocket clip inside. So you can kind of see right there how that pocket clip's mounted. Definitely pretty cool. They got like some sort of brass or something laid into the actual liner itself. So that's pretty cool to see. What we got right there? It's on both sides too. It's kind of strange. I don't know what that goo is in there. It must have been like a manufacturing deal. Not sure what that is, but pretty cool. So there's our one liner also. Now this is a pretty good open, not exploded view, but open view of how this thing works. So when you give your thumb stud a flick, you can see your able lock come back and locks right into place. So definitely pretty cool. And you're going to disengage your lock bar. You can see your springs move, your Omega springs. Those move right back, and that allows the blade to then fall shut and snap right back into place. So we'll give you another. Definitely pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and take this one apart here. We could leave these back spacers on there, and we could just go ahead and take this one out. So there's actually only one screw on each side holding this cartridge liner in. I guess that's what you could call it. It is a cartridge liner. And then we could throw our pivot out of there. This is a captive pivot. As you can see, it's got a D-shaped cutout. Let's go ahead and pop this out of here and you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So we do have a captive pivot. You can see the D-shaped, hopefully, kind of see it right there, but it does lock into the liner there, so we can throw that one up top there. And now we should be at least able to take the blade out, like so. We've got one phosphor bronze washer. Oop, and there's the whole assembly. Come on. Okay. Got our washers out there. We're going to leave this whole setup together. I'm not going to mess with that one too much there. We're also going to leave, I'm just going to go ahead and leave the barrel spacers in the back there, but all you do is just, go ahead and thread those body screws right on out of there, but nothing crazy involved in that one right there. So let's go ahead and get our Q-tip nice and moistened up here. We're going to clean off the actual tang of the blade where our washers are going to be sitting. I forgot to mention in the review, this is a Cerakote, I guess Cerakoted black blade, so it's definitely nice to see. Alright, get that baby cleaned up. Alright, there's that one. Let's see if we can run a little bit of goo down in here too while we're at it. Like I said, you could take this thing apart, it'd be no big deal at all. But for the time's sake and everything, we're just going to keep this thing together. All you do is you pop your barrel spacer out there. It'll just kind of separate apart there. And your stop pin, take that right on out of there. It's no big deal. Alright, nice thick liners on there too. So they're definitely making this thing pretty stout. Alright, so there's that for now. Now we're going to go ahead and see what we got going on here. So we got our two scales, we got two phosphor bronze washers, and we got a blade, and our hardware of course. So there really isn't a whole lot of moving parts with this thing, and our whole cartridge able lock assembly, I guess you could say. It's pretty much the same thing that Benchmade uses on their knives, and pretty much every other crossbar lock. They're all kind of the same, except for that Kershaw. We just did a review on that Bel Air. We did our disassembly on that, and there is all sorts of washers and nylon and phosphor bronze. There's a whole bunch of crap going on the inside of that knife, so it's definitely a little bit crazy. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and throw our cartridge liner back on in here. Put it the right way. Oh, that was the right way. Just like so. Yeah, just like so. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get our Locktite out here. If you guys are interested in any of the tools that I have on the channel, I do have them linked down in the description below. They are cheap and efficient, and they get the job done, so that's all that matters. So got a little bit of dab on there. Like I said, you guys do not have to click on them links if you are interested in them, but they are down in there. They do help the channel. So we're going to go ahead and thread in our T8 on this side right here, just like so. And so that's good right there. And now we're going to go ahead and put this side together like so. Perfect. Go ahead and start from the back here. Just a little bit. Alright, you definitely don't have to be as careful with your T8 hardware, but it's still a good practice to, don't wrench on anything. That's where this Locktite comes into play. You don't have to have crazy tightness. This Locktite is going to keep it fairly snugged in there, and for what you're going to be using these knives for, you don't need to have anything crazy torqued down. So definitely don't want to strip nothing. Nothing is worse than messing with stripped out pocket clip screws or any kind of screws on your knife whatsoever. You don't want to be having to take your drill out to get these bolts out of here. So there's that one right there. So now this is what I was talking about with our actual tool we got here. So this tool, see how it slides right over our pivot just like that right there. So the theory is we're going to line up our flat section, because these are 3D printed, so these have a flat section on them also. So this is going to slide right into there with our pivot just like so. And then they should slide right through. Once we, maybe so. Easier said than done, huh? Wish everything worked like it was supposed to. Booger should go right in there. For some reason it doesn't like it that much though. That one looks good. Looks like our liner is kind of stuck up or something. It'll just take you a second and make sure you're getting everything where it's supposed to be. Sorry guys, I'm not a professional at this. I'm just learning just like you guys are, so. Booger should go right in there though. That shouldn't matter at all. Alright. What is really going on here? Alright, a little timeout. Alright guys, we're back. Sorry about that. It was kind of a pain in the butt there. I had to take the whole darn thing back apart again and figure out exactly what was going on. I really don't even know if I really figured out exactly what was going on, but for some reason couldn't get the pivot to come through this side. It really was not liking it for some reason, but I could get it through this side. So I'm pretty sure, well, I guess the show side might be on that side, but for some reason it just didn't like going that way. So let's go ahead and throw some KPL on here. It kind of works as a dual purpose thing. It of course is going to lubricate our bearing or washers, but at the same time it's going to hold our washers on the knife when we slide it in here through the actual blade here for assembly, the handle. Alright, so we got it just like so. We're getting it for the most part. Get this washer slid back in over here. Yes, no, maybe so. We're getting somewhere. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. So like I said before, we are going to be, oh, darn it, we had it somewhere. We are going to be pushing our little rod through here, just like so. And this is where this cool kit comes in handy here. You can almost figure out exactly what size of pivot that you have. And it almost looks like this size right here. So let's go ahead and, oh, I did it now. I had it all together till I didn't. Of course, our D shape is going to go down. Nope, doesn't really seem to like that one very well. So we might have to just go ahead and go back with the original that we had, like so. Alright, so that's kind of keeping everything lined up exactly where it wants to be in the tab. You can see we have our washers lined up. Alright, so now we're going to take our pivot, and we're going to lock him down just like so. And I want to try out this dude right here. Like this kind of just slides right on into the, maybe I think that's what that's for. Definitely can't go that way. There we go, just like that, and it keeps the actual blade, obviously it keeps it like free falling. Let's see if we can push our actual pivot through. This darn thing was a pain in the butt for me. I did get it through. I don't understand why it wants to be so hard to go through the actual blade right there. It shouldn't be so difficult for it to just slide in. Now I don't like that either. I definitely don't think we have the blade exactly lined up. There it went. There it went, just like so. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get some Locktite. That was a way harder than it had to be assembly. So sorry guys for all the frustration right there that I had. It took me a couple tries to even get the darn thing to cooperate quite right. I'm not sure why the, let's go ahead and shut that for now, see if we can pull this back out of there. I'm not sure exactly why the pivot is so, either it's very tight tolerances machined, or I just don't understand why it needs to be that difficult. So there we go. So we got to put it back together. Centering is right on the money. Action feels great, just as good as before, if not better. We lubed it up, cleaned it up, and that is how you maintain and disassemble your Hogue Deka. So hopefully you guys learned something. I know I definitely learned something. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section below, and I will get right back to you. So thanks guys, and until next time, and thank you, Stephen.